Hello, my name is Mike. What I'm going to show you today is a van that sometimes does 0 to 60, claims that in 1993 it got 17 miles to the gallon, and can easily fit a family of Christians or Mansons. This is Vanny Woodhead, a 1993 Chevy G20 with a 4.3-liter V6 engine and a 3-speed automatic transmission with overdrive. It belongs to popular podcast, Pardon My Take. See, Vanny here was the studio for a short-lived show on ESPN called Van Talk, and when I say short, I mean canceled after one episode. Their very first guest, Scott Van Pelt, was setting the tone in the very first teaser for how the show was about to go.
We're having laughs in a van. Is that the name of the show?
Laughs in a
Actually,
van.
Baldy McBaldface.
Ah, okay, cool. That's better than Fatty McEscobar.
These two guys are sandwiching the Sport Talk Go SVP are Dan Big Cat Katz and the man only known as PFT Commenter. These two men are sports' biggest podcast hosts and very humble sports commentators from the podcast Pardon My Take.
He's set up better than the number one pick has probably ever been.
I think they should build around Tyson Bagent.
What's the next tier called?
I think it's called Jane Daniels. I think that's the
Well, this is where it's going to get interesting. I did have Jaden Daniels 5.
After the cancellation of Van Talk, Vanny kind of just fell to the wayside, a prop with no purpose. But the guys never really let Vanny die, talking about him every so often on the podcast. I took it upon myself to start tweeting at Hank, BC, and PFT until they let me get Vanny road ready. So back in December, I took possession of Vanny from, nobody knows his real title, CEO, president of golf, third member of TMT, Hank Lockwood. And he gave me the van to get it running and moving and driving again. I first got it running in about an hour. It really just needed an ignition switch, no big deal. And then all four corners had that classic Midwest sitting for 5 years rust on the brakes. It didn't want to move. And then the brake hoses were swollen and the transmission output shaft seal leaked. And this 4.3-liter V6 has some of the worst piston slap I've ever heard. I'm not too worried about the cooling issue because I can feel when the thermostat opens because it goes from comfortably 80 in here to 250 degrees like that. The one thing I don't like is on D-cell, the oil pressure, you know, a little bit, just a little bit, just a little. There might not be a better 1993 Chevrolet G20 with a 4.3-liter V6 in it on the road today at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. Oh, it died. It died. There goes the engine. Uh-oh, we don't like that. That's not good. This ain't good. Well, it started back up. It's running. Not it's running fine, actually. Freak accident. Okay. All right. Freak accident. Like, we're going up hills and stuff. We have power. Maybe not a whole lot. We're just not gonna push it very hard. We did all the cool things we wanted to do with it already. Woo! A fucking heart. I thought I was gonna have to put a new engine in this fucking overnight. To me, you have to look past the bad and just focus on the good sometimes. Sure, is it a pig that does 9 miles to the gallon? Absolutely. Does it struggle to get to 65 miles per hour? If it does. When these vans started to get built, the speed limit was only 55 miles an hour. And when this particular one was being built, just a couple years before, the speed limit got raised to 65 miles per hour. It's not meant to go fast. Hill start. This thing, I tell you what, at 35 miles an hour, just a lot of that piston slap is gone. I don't know if maybe it freed up a wrist pin or the magic oil I put in it finally, you know, took care of some of those gaps. got a cop behind us. I have no plate. We're gonna get pulled over. Let's see if she just wants to talk to me. Check out the van. She might really like the van. Who knows? Oh, shit. We stopped. It died. We started it back up. Thank God. Thank fucking God. Holy fuck, I'm nervous. Oh my God, there she goes. Woo! Thank God. Thank God cops sometimes have better shit to do. We're gonna put it in neutral now while we come up to these stoplights because the torque converter can pull down the RPM sometimes, which then will lower my oil pressure, which then could shut off the fuel pump, which then could kill the engine. So we're gonna put it in neutral to keep the engine high so that we don't die. I don't want this engine cannot die on me. Put it in neutral and coast. Let the engine cool down, let me cool down. I am fucking 1,000 degrees. I need to moisturize when I get home. I've never done it in my life just because my face is baking. Get those RPMs back up, make sure we're getting the correct amount of oil pressure. Then we put it in drive, not overdrive. There we go. Third gear's a little long. Oh, the body roll. Woo. Hey, the more I've driven it, the longer it's gone without stalling or dying on me. So, hope that continues to be the pattern. Oh, we died again. We died again. Put it in neutral. Get out of the way. Come on, don't do this to me, please. So we waited till it cooled down, got it started, back up, drove it to AutoZone, got some things for it. Now it's time to get it home. No, and there it goes. It died. How? How does this happen? It just drove like 11 miles here. Ugh. God damn it. Hot. So hot. Oh my God. We are 2 miles from our destination. It might take me 40 minutes to get from my shop home, and it might have took 2 hours in the van. It is 1,000,000 degrees in here. I won't stop saying it. I am buying dry ice and a fan, just in case I have to drive to Chicago. Vanny's doors don't lock, so we'll do what we can. So that was the first 50 miles this van has seen in a long, long time. And let me tell you, nerve-wracking doesn't begin to cover it. Every stop was a gamble, but underneath all that chaos, it felt good. Like really good for what it is. Now don't get that twisted, this thing's got problems. The steering is sloppy, the stereo is basically just AM vibes, and yeah, it is kind of falling apart. But that's not what vans like this are for anymore. They're not here to shuttle around a family of 5 to soccer practice. They're here to tell stories and be stories. And this van's got stories, and it's got a hell of a lot of character. It's awesome, and I love it. Big Cat does say this in one of the recent podcasts, and I don't necessarily disagree with him.
I should have just bought the other one that I saw online that looked exactly like Vanny.
Financially, it makes a lot of sense to do that. But where else are you going to get Bo Polinas' signature? Next to this signature. And this person's signature. What about this? And this? Here we are, half a year later. Vanny's good, it's roadworthy, it's safe, it ain't gonna kill anyone, and we're giving it back to the Pardon My Take guys in Chicago tomorrow. I'm gonna trailer this thing just in case something bad happens. My bank account won't agree with the tow budget in between here and Chicago. So what's next? If anyone out there who is a content creator, a podcast host, a YouTube, whatever, if you guys have a project car or something that you want brought back to life but don't have the time to do it, I'll do it. Just pay for the parts and let me use the vehicle for content, and I would appreciate that. DM me, email me, however you need to get a hold of me, and let's talk, let's work something out. The rest of you, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. You guys have been amazing. I can't thank you enough for this. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.